everyone. Welcome to the 13th Learn Livestream session. I'm your host, Sabrina, and today we're diving into the fascinating world of Hamster Kombat, a game that's not only captured the hearts of gamers around the world, but also made significant waves in the crypto community. This live stream is available on both the Bybit app and Bybit web, but as usual, for the best interactive experience, do join us on Bybit web where you can ask our experts all of your burning questions. Today, we're giving out a total of 70,000 hamster tokens. The first 35,000 hamster prize pool is reserved for the first 100 winners who complete the pop quiz on this live stream page. All you have to do is scroll down on this page, answer the 5 simple questions, and you will walk away with a share of the 35,000 hamster prize pool. And the second 35,000 hamster prize pool will be given out in the form of red packets to 200 winners during this live stream. So if you want to stand a chance at winning hamster tokens, be sure to complete the pop quiz and click the red packet once it appears on the screen. And of course, don't forget to like this video, share the stream out, and let's make this a lively session. All right, now let's meet our incredible panelists today. First up, we have GZ, Head of Gaming at Mental and Kaizen Advisor. Hey GZ, thank you for being here again. Please give us a short introduction of yourself.
Hey, I'm GZ. Well, my actual name is Grant. It's just people assume that I'm not a real person when I use that name, so I go by GZ these days. I lead gaming at Mantle. I help projects in terms of launching on Mantle, especially gaming projects, become a little bit more successful in terms of user acquisition, tokenomics, whatever. And then I've also been involved in working with this cat game called Kaizen since probably 2 years now, and I've been working with them quite closely in terms of everything from go-to-market and tokenomics design, community, and trying to really create something that is quite, I think, different and a little bit more fun in the Web3 space.
Thanks, GZ. And next up, we have Degen Trader, Idris. Hi, Idris. How's it going? Tell us a bit about yourself. Sorry, you're muted.
Sorry, my bad. Hi, Sabrina. My name is Idris. I'm into crypto space. It's been since 2019, and I've been doing a lot of risky activities, so that's why my title is Degen Trader. And for now, I'm working with Bybit in P2P sector, and I'm happy to be here today. Thank you.
Thanks, Idris. And next, we have Mikkel, Bybit Business Developer. Hi, Mikkel. It's great to have you here.
Hi, Sabrina. Hi, Hamsters, and hi, Bybit community. This is Mikhail from the Bybit BD team. Really happy to be here to discuss this top word and which are the next developments.
Thanks, Mikhail. And lastly, we actually have a special guest joining us today. Let's welcome Grant, the official Hamster Kombat advisor from Bybit. Hey, Grant, it's nice to meet you. Please share a bit about what you do.
Hello, Sabrina. Hello, dear team. Huge pleasure meeting you all here. Thanks a lot, first of all, for hosting this event. Hope today we'll have tons of interesting questions for all the panelists here. So a little bit about myself. I've entered the crypto space in 2018. And from those days, my main goal was to help and assist projects in terms of getting this mass adoption. And finally, I think with Hamster, with all the tap narrative, we have reached the first steps, just getting up the first stairs of onboarding and bringing new people to this great Web3 space. So pretty much that's it. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Grant. Seeing the popularity of Hamster Kombat, it's easy to say that, you guys are definitely successful at what you're doing. All right, a warm welcome to the 4 of you, and thanks for joining us today. For those of you who are just tuning in, I was sharing that we are giving away a total of 70,000 hamster tokens. The first 35,000 hamster prize pool is given out to the first 100 winners who complete the pop quiz. And the second 35,000 hamster prize pool is reserved for the red packet giveaway that will happen during this stream. Sorry, I misspoke earlier that it's given out to 200 winners. Sorry, this is only given out to the first 100 winners who click the red packet. So if you would like to walk away with a share of the hamster prize pool, be sure to click it fast. Right. yeah, let's just move on to the live stream. So as we dive into Hamster Kombat, let's explore what makes this game a standout phenomenon in the gaming world and analyze its impact since being listed on Bybit. So what draws players globally and how has it managed to engage such a vast audience? Let's find out. So as experts observing from the outside, what standout features do you think contribute to Hamster Kombat's popularity? Maybe GZ, would you like to share first?
Yeah, I think Hamster Combat is one of those games where, first off, it's just fun. Like it's one where you if you don't put in this play to earn narrative or tap to airdrop your narrative, whatever it is, I'd still be playing it. I'd still be playing it, putting my time in, coming back whenever I have energy to just tap away at it. And that's something where really the crypto games industry has been, I'd say, genuinely missing for quite some time now, in terms of just like a actual fun experience that people are willing to put some time and put some effort into to actually play. And a lot of the kind of narratives or a lot of these airdrops or additional incentives are just, I think, like great bonuses to have on top of the original actual fun gameplay that it can keep a lot of users coming back to begin with. That's I think one of not just Hamster Combat, but also just shows the power of like gaming on a social platform like Telegram, where it's very easy to access and has a lot of, I think, very low entries to barrier. Those kind of things are just perfectly designed and work perfectly together.
Yeah, plus like it's exciting, right? They have like daily combo cards previously, as well as the daily cipher code where you actually crack the Morse code, right? So I think those are some of the exciting features as well.
Yeah, exactly. And it's something where, and this really has down to the operations team, where they constantly come up with new campaigns and new exciting ways to, keep players engaged and keep players actually having fun in the game. It is, it's, even though, in all types of games, even in CAS, there is like some bots that are involved and some bots that are playing the game, but that there's also a very large amount of real users behind it, because like I remember going into some of the offices during like token and stuff like that, and literally every phone in that office has like Hamster Combat open, and people are coming back and checking on all the time. It really is, I think, hats off to the Hamster team for making these really fun, continuously fun, kind of engaging campaigns to run inside the game.
Definitely. What about the rest of you guys? What are some standout features that you like about Hamster Kombat? Maybe Grant?
Yeah, let me take yeah, possible. I would like to answer you. So just not going too deep into the mechanics, yeah, of course, which were pretty important with all these daily combos, with added cards updated. So just we were analyzing the most popular news of the world, so all over the world, yeah, during this Olympic Games, with a Turkish guy which became a meme, so which was immediately added as an NFT in Hamster Combat space. So not only touching all these viral mechanics, I think a huge work was done previously by Ton and by Telegram itself. So first of all, to onboard such huge amount of traffic of users, and still be possible yet to work even through this Telegram, but also, of course, getting people to be more acquainted with Web3 space, with Web3 world, even through this easy to access Ton ecosystem, Ton crypto space, whatever. On the terms what we have done also, I think one of the hugest success was the YouTube channel, which for a long time before Ronaldo's, YouTube was the most fast growing channel in the world. Even on this basis, we have contacted the Mr. Beast for some cooperation. Unfortunately, didn't found it. Didn't found the space. He had to work together. But anyway, it was a great talk. So huge respect from his side. And this YouTube is used, to enrich people's knowledge about the Web3, on how to use it. And as I consider one of the main success stories for Hamster itself is the topic, yeah, because everyone who want to enter the space, from the Web2 world into the Web3, they have to get involved with the CX exchange, yeah, with the centralized exchange itself. So Hamster is first of all, that's a simulator of centralized exchange CEO. So just taking the right decisions, not only tapping, you have to first of all understand how the market works, how to just get this passive income through it. So I think all the combination of all factors brought us to the place where we are right now.
Thanks, Grant. And speaking about that, how has the crypto gaming landscape changed with games like Hamster Kombat becoming popular?
I mean,
yeah,
Sabrina,
I think.
Yeah, sorry, Grant. I just want to mention that right now we have more than 200 software houses developing mini games for crypto projects. So I think that Hamster Kombat definitely put a standard on this in this industry. So Web3 engagement for Web3 project was always the big question. How can we get this engagement? And Hamster Kombat didn't just make the engagement for already existing users, but also for new users in the Web3 space. And this was actually the most amazing thing that they brought to the market.
Yes, thanks, Mikhail. And Grant, you were saying something?
Pretty much the same, yeah, that I think that, the gamify boom, started in 2020, 2021. Builders additionally were trying to come up to the market with this AAA games or whatever it is. I think the benefits of Hamster and the narrative of Tap, of TG Mini apps, of just this mini gaming narrative have settled that there is no need to, be very sharpy, whatever, to just enter the space with a very hard-coded games. It have shown that firstly you have to be easily built, because otherwise, just people playing, plays on their PCs, whatever, they are there to spend time. But first of all, they were onboarded with some casual mini games, this Mario, card games, even on Windows. So the easier it was, the easier it is to onboard the community. And just to onboard it, firstly, you have to show them the easy entry, the easy access, the easy mechanics. So yeah, that's it.
Thanks, Grant. And Chibi, you want
I
to
was
put
going to add a little bit in terms of like the games industry. Whenever it's new technology is being adapted into the game industry, it always goes through some of the similar trends. It usually first takes up the first kind of stage of the market is always about trying to adapt and better understand this new technology. And so we try to create very low barrier entry kind of games. So if you think of like, the first generation of mobile games that are really successful, they were like, Geometry Dash, Flappy Bird, and then you moved on to a little bit like more in depth like Candy Crush, and then eventually you move more and more in depth and deeper mechanics. And I think Web3 gaming is really evolving in the same way. And I really agree with Grant in the sense that a lot of these old games really try to do like not old, but a lot of the games that are trying to do like these AAA massive experiences. I ultimately believe that is true, and that's gonna eventually we'll get there in the Web3 gaming space, but it's a little bit too early right now. Right now, I think it makes sense to just go with some more easy to onboard and much more simple mechanics to introduce Web3 gaming to users and get them more accustomed with the projects. And in terms of Telegram gaming, so with Kaizen, we have this app center, basically where game developers that are building on Telegram can apply to join the app center. And since this Hamster Kombat wave and the Kaizen token launch, we see actually close to about 2,000 applicants already, meaning there's 2,000 different projects building on Telegram as of today, or trying to games at least are trying to build on Telegram today.
Nice. All right. And okay, so switching it up. So how did Hamster Kombat's listing on Bybit influence its player base and visibility? Do you think such partnerships and collaborations contribute to a lot of the success of such games?
Yeah, I'll take this one. Basically, the listing enhanced the credibility and market trust on Hamster Kombat on the Web3 space, because people had, like, anyone who had some hesitation about the game. Basically, the announcement of them getting listed in Bybit boosted a lot of the trust from the Web3 people. Also, like the cross promotion and collaboration that Bybit and Hamster did, it's a great marketing for the game. So they got a lot of eyes on them.
And like for the experts, how do you evaluate the potential of a game like Hamster Combat from an investment perspective? Because a lot of people are playing for the tokens as well, right?
I can say I really wish Hamster Combat took our money. Hamster Combat wasn't really looking for investors, and unfortunately, we weren't really able to get too involved into it. But when we look at a project, they have a really good product market fit. They had a really good design in terms of like how they were planning to monetize their users once they got in it. The idea of monetizing through ads traffic, through their kind of like launchable platform, all that stuff is very clearly thought out. These are all things that from an like investor perspective, we would have loved to hop on board and love to have gotten involved in it. Another thing about, I think, Hamster Combat that was really interesting was that they I think they launched at the perfect time as well. So when it comes to, when I was saying before, like users kind of evolve with this different type of journey of like onboarding to the Web3 space and needing, some more simple mechanics. They have the perfect product for the perfect timing. And that's something I think was also something that like someone coming from the games industry, we recognize that, they're very, very insightful and really saw that plan. And then lastly is like, and I think this is one of the biggest things, is that they know how to leverage the resources available to them. So one of the kind of big things about Web3 games publishing right now is that everyone wants more users. Like it's not just the game that wants a user. Like Bybit would love to see new users. Binance, OKX, all these other exchanges all want to see new users, and they were able to design the user, the product, the flow in a way that provided this value of new users to all these different entities, and that it got everyone on board to support them to grow. And that's something that that type of design is also quite ingenious and would have been very exciting if we had that chance to invest.
All right. And what about you, the rest of you guys? How do you evaluate the potential of a game like Hamster Combat from an investment perspective?
I think, just a comment to give. I think the industry right now have been changing a lot. So previously when VCs were leading this market, and still, of course, leading with the biggest cases. But for 2024, 2025, I believe the main narrative and the main product in this market in crypto world will be the community. So we finally got to the point where builders understood how to onboard a larger audience, bringing them and teaching them how to use this crypto stuff, even just through the airdrop, which is the easiest and the easiest mechanic. Just buying their time through this airdrop, selling to, I don't know, other products for the stables, and just accumulating these business lines. Anyway, so I believe that the main narrative and the main trend will be the community. And here, in terms of just investment perspective, the bigger community you have, the more interesting you are in terms of investments. Of course, teams are very important here. Yeah, just because you can have even the biggest 1 billion players, but you don't know what to do with them. You don't know how to grow the retention rate. You don't know how to get them more involved. And so all this viral mechanics here helps us a lot with with teams, of course, huge background in the whole traffic world, makes these games a little bit easier for us. So Still, yeah. Just I will tell. Please believe in Hamster to be an investor. So that's it.
All right. Thanks, Grant, for all those insights. It's clear that Hamster Kombat's unique approach and its recent listing on Bybit are pivotal to its growing success and influence in the crypto gaming sphere. Now, before we move on to the next segment, let's take a look at the chat box and answer perhaps one question. So someone actually asked, what is the distinctive feature that differentiates Hamster Kombat from other games? Probably just one from everyone. Greg?
Yeah, just first of all, Hamster was one of the first mini games with integrated, scenarios with integrated mechanics. Just being the CEO of Exchange, whatever. In terms of differential, even yet, zero microtransactions have been integrated. So Hamster, in comparison with many other games, still is the one where you don't have to do any donations to earn. So that's still the more socialized game. Yeah, just invite friends, and that's how you can grow. So what is the difference? I believe with Catizen also, Hamster team has pretty solid connections in terms of the gaming field itself. So just onboarding new games and new mechanics into it, which are already viral in Asia, in other messengers out of the Telegram, and bringing them on board to the Telegram community, showing what is it is the core thing now. So a lot of good stuff is already prepared and coming up just to be updated in Hamster. So just stay thrilled. More mechanics are coming, more interesting casual mini games are also coming. So yeah.
Thanks, Grant. Right, let's just move on to the next segment. Audience, remember to complete the pop quiz if you would like to walk away with a share of the 35,000 Hamster prize pool. And don't forget to share this live stream out and spam that like button if you like the content that we're putting out. Right, building on its current success, let's discuss what future developments might look like for Hamster Kombat and how it can sustain its momentum in the competitive market of crypto gaming. So what trends are you guys currently observing that could influence the future trajectory of games like Hamster Kombat? Maybe Idris, would you like to share?
Yeah, so far as you can see, the Hamster Combat is focusing more on basically pleasing the community, and they are doing very well. At first, at the launch, basically they airdrop the users, which is a very good thing as a marketing because people share extra. I got this airdrop, and it gets more retweets, more eye view as well. And also, I see that Hamster Combat interact a lot with memes. Any meme that exists, like any meta of memes that exist, they just adopt it and put it in the game as an NFT or any campaign inside the game, which is a very good move because the main narrative now in Web3 space is meme coins. So a lot of people like anything that includes memes.
And they actually released their roadmap, right? And they said that maybe they will be integrating NFTs as well in the future. What do you think about that?
That's a very good move. Hamster Kombat is already listed in a lot of crypto exchanges, so it's a good bridge to Web3 space. So if they integrate NFTs, so it's gonna be really good. I think a lot of people will be interested to buy those NFTs.
And Mikkel, what do you think?
So actually, I think that it will be really key to, like, Hamster Kombat right now is like the benchmark for all this new wave of projects, So actually, we talked about the user base, the community the Hamster was able to put around the project. And I think that right now Hamster could also act as a media company, to bring notoriousness to other projects. Because at the end of the day, we saw it with dogs, we are seeing it with all these top games that are coming out, that the collaborations between projects is key in order to move the communities and to bring awareness on other projects. So yeah, I'm really curious about what are the next moves for Hamsters, because the community is there and it's really engaged. So they just need to deliver the new product and new features to just surprise us.
And Z, you have something to add?
Yeah, one of the things I think it's quite something a little bit more of the industry side thing that is kind of happened in the Telegram space is that the 4 projects that have kind of like launched so far, Dogs, Notcoin, Catizen, and Hamster Combat, has essentially gone through the entire DAU of, or like the entire user base of Telegram, probably like 5-6 times already. So the users that are going to convert have essentially already converted. And trying to convert more users into like Web3 games or on chain is going to be quite difficult. But that also means that basically any other game that, or any other kind of Telegram app that wants to launch in the future, their fastest and best way of growing is to be partnering with one or all of these 4 projects. And so from a Hamster's Kombat perspective, where like hundreds of million players, it is essentially every other game moving forward that wants to get access to this massive user base will likely have their first stop in working with Hamster Kombat, and as a potential kind of like payment, they may provide tokens or provide a value to hamster holders to make sure that hamster holders are also essentially rewarded to be an early adopter and supporter of the project and games later on. And then same thing with kind of Kaizen, where it's Kaizen is a smaller user base but a lot more proven in terms of user quality. We have about 1.1 million paying users with 27 ARPU, average revenue per user. Like, this is a different user base, and projects will have to also to get access to that user base will probably have to work with Kaizen as well. So these different projects all have a very long-term, I think, a really, really good long-term business model in terms of being that first place in terms of any games publishing on Telegram will need to essentially go to be able to get their first batch of users.
You guys talked about partnerships moving forward, right? But what do you think about continuous innovation in game features? Like, how critical is that to maintain player interest? You guys also mentioned that these games are very simple. You're literally just tapping to earn. So is there a need to innovate and add more features to such games to maintain player interest?
I'll start with this one and then I'll kind of leave it off. But yes, I definitely think that there's going to be a need to get the gameplay to be more in depth and to engage users further. Like this kind of tap or like merge into terms of Kaizen. Like, this mechanics is very easy to understand, or like a swipe to earn or whatever. Like, these things are easy to understand, but it also does get monotonous over time. Like, eventually this gameplay is just not able to satisfy players that are looking for some deeper type of gameplay involvement. And so one of the kind of interesting things is that we're seeing right now with Telegram games is that it's actually evolving very similarly to how WeChat mini games evolved in China since 2017. There's the first wave of games were on WeChat in 2017 were all very, very simple mechanics. Basically, actually a lot of tap to play games and the tap idle games, and then eventually saw deeper and deeper mechanics and stuff. I saw Grant smiling. Actually, I'll pass it off to you too, Grant. I mean, it sounds like you probably also have quite a lot of insights on this to share. But essentially, I'm expecting games to get a little bit more deeper in place. And Kaizen, we already have a lot of the best proven kind of like gameplay mechanics from each of the genre or each of the stage of evolution of WeChat games that we essentially reskinned and repurposed for Telegram. But I'd love to actually hear what Grant thinks about this.
I think especially just your team, yeah, GZ from guys from Catizen are very experienced in what is how the business is done in WeChat. So I believe they are in touch with a lot of different publishers and gaming studios from the mainland, and I think that's the best playbook right now. Yeah, just to check and see which games have performed pretty well in the WeChat. Trying to, just redesign it a little for the TG based community and just launch it. So one of the easiest mechanics to just be uh, be popular in the TG. So just to use already played out mechanic. I fully agree with you. So games have to become more deeper. I think the tap narrative itself gonna be changed. Definitely, I believe there is some space yet, just maybe 3-6 months. But the core thing is that, of course, the users, the players, community always want, just they're thrilled on changes. Right now, the world itself is pretty fast, and we have to be changing, and that's it. Even just the content conception, just with this 15 seconds, 5-second videos, and you just got tired even looking that. So especially in games where people want to spend more time, you have to give them, you have to give players, what they want. So they want to spend more time there. So just please develop the mechanic they will feel pleasant to play. And even with this, I think a couple 2 or 3 days ago, Telegram have announced about the hackathon with a launch of a video streaming platform creation inside the TG. I think it also will bring a lot of good spotlights for the gaming industry, because games and video fields are very, very common. So
Mhm. Thanks, Grant. And Mikhail, Idris, what about you guys? What are some features you might want to see being implemented in tap to earn games like Hamster Kombat to maintain like player?
I'll take this one. Basically, I would like to see some competitive gameplay instead of tap to earn, because I played a lot of play to earn in the Web3 space, like Axie Infinity, Bomb Crypto, crypto cars, etc. Like, there is something fun about the game, especially, for example, let's give an example about Axie Infinity. Axie Infinity, the coin, the value of the coin doesn't exist anymore. So people are playing the game just for the game, like they're not even earning anything. That's because the game is interesting. And as Grant mentioned, basically, you need to keep the community satisfied so that they keep playing the game. So, like, I would like to see anything that would make me feel like I'm in a competition with other people and make me feel like I'm actually playing, not just tapping. That's what I would like to see.
Nice.
Yeah,
And what about
so-
you?
Yeah, if I can add something, I just want to mention that we discussed about the possible like more complicated mechanics, but I just want to point out that simple doesn't mean boring. I think that one of the most attractive things of Hamster Kombat was damn simple. And on top of that, they never betrayed the storytelling. So the storytelling that was created around the whole Hamster Kombat is amazing. Like, you are the CEO of your exchanges. These hamsters are telling you how to develop your exchange. So yeah, I just want something simple, and then that is not gonna betray the storytelling that they have built around it.
Okay, all right. Thanks, Mikhail. And maybe this question is for Grant. How do you balance the need for fresh content with maintaining the original charm that attracted players? Like Mikhail said, he doesn't want to stray away from the original storyline of Hamster Combat, right? So how do you balance that continuous innovation? And yeah.
So a lot of different updates will come in season 2. It is pre-launched. I think in a couple of days it will be fully settled and be alive. For us, keeping the story is one of the most important things because, yeah, also as Michael have mentioned, the story is what combines people in one place. So they all want, to be these CEOs. They all want to be in charge of their own crypto exchanges, and that's the opportunity we give them. So this interest, yeah, maybe hobby, just the storytelling should be under the same line, and I promise that it will be saved for a long period of time. So we will develop it in pretty smooth way, and in terms of just identity, it won't be changed at all.
Thanks, Grant. What about you, GZ? How do you balance the need for fresh content while maintaining the original charm that attracted players to Catizip?
Yeah, essentially the same. It's we make sure that the original gameplay is always existent, and then we also create additional new experiences, but we don't force it on the users. It's we provide these additional experiences through the game center, and then there's third-party games, there's first-party games that we're publishing ourselves, and the best. And then in the future, one of the ways that we're going to be implementing utility to the Caddy token is now that Caddy token's launched on Bybit, is that we're going to be going out there and putting holders of Caddy token to give them a choice of what games they want to support and which games they actually want to play, or even which games they want airdrops from, and then allowing them to vote and support games that way, and essentially picking what the experiences they want moving forward. And it's I think really the core of everything when it comes to these type of games or any game is that it just needs to be a fun experience, right? Like players need to actually enjoy playing it. For Kazan, the holder that actually ended up getting the largest airdrop got about 500,000 caddy, and they got it from it was actually a Mantle user. And like after talking to him, I was quite surprised. Like that's like $500,000 of airdrops that was put into a single user, and he didn't really care. Like he was coming back to a game, playing every day just because he actually enjoyed it, and that he kind of started topping up and putting resources into it. And then as long as the experience is there, that was enough for him. The additional, like everything that kind of came afterwards, was something that seemed to be much more of a added bonus on top of just making sure that they had fun. And even for the biggest airdrop holders, that is the case. So yeah, as long as we keep things fun, I think we'll be probably won't be doing too much wrong.
Thanks, Cheesy. All right, before we move on to the next segment, let's just take a look at the chat box. So someone asked, why are animal mascots important for game appeal? What do you guys think? Maybe, yeah, GZ?
I was just going to say, like, who doesn't like cats? Hamsters, they're so cute. They're so cute. Just it's so relatable. It's just, and I spent like too much time posting cat memes online, and now that can be part of my job. It's just more exciting than ever.
It works out, right? It works out.
Yeah, Sabrina.
Yeah,
we saw it in Web 2 with Duolingo, right? How powerful can be an animal in promoting a brand. I mean, so it's a good case study. Let's keep running with this.
And Grant?
Yeah, I think that's there's several points as reliability, emotional connection, universality. So even the most popular videos on YouTube, yeah, with just hundreds of billions of users with animals. So people, like to attach and connect themselves. Well, most of people, yeah, also have some catties, hamsters, dogs, whatever it is. So that's one of the easiest way to reach the audience through love of animals.
Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree. The emotional connection is amazing, and we can see it's everywhere now, not just in those kind of games. Like even meme coins currently, all of them, as you can see, are dogs and cats. And yeah, so relatable and approachable, and basically it's easy to do marketing when you have dogs and cats and hamster, and the cute things. Basically, they get the interaction from people very easily.
Thanks, Idris. Thanks, guys. So this question is for Grant. How retentive is season 2 of Hamster Kombat gonna be?
How retentive? Sorry, yeah.
Yes.
So it's coming, I think, in 2 days. So don't want to, share a lot of details. Great updates are coming in. I believe also you have seen the App Store inside with some common games, and also planning a lot of cooperations with already just already adoptive, already big mini apps in TG also. So we're designing it right now, and a lot of good stuff is coming out very, very soon.
All right, thanks, Grant. All to the audience, don't forget to complete the pop quiz if you would like to walk away with a share of the 35,000 hamster prize pool. And of course, if you haven't already done so, be sure to click the red packet on the screen to get your share of the other 35,000 hamster prize pool. Right, moving on to the third segment. So, exploring beyond Hamster Combat, let's look at how this game sets the stage for other tap to earn projects like Rocky Rabbit and Catizen, and what the future holds for tap to earn games. So, considering the unique appeal and accessibility of tap to earn games, do you believe these games represent a pivotal gateway for onboarding new users into the crypto ecosystem? And how can they impact the broader adoption of crypto technologies? Maybe Mikhail, would you like to share first?
I mean, I think that maybe not the like. Yeah, I will leave this to Grant maybe because he will be the most the proper person to
Sure.
answer to the.
Sure.
Sure. In terms of bringing the potential, the opportunities, Catizen were that definitely, yeah, they were published much earlier than Hamster was. The topic here, I think also, yeah, just based on numbers, Hamster significant growth happened straight after the Notcoin launch. So people understood that they are more than open to be involved into the TG as soon as they got the first airdrop. Yeah, just this. Even most of people are not satisfied with the amounts they are receiving, but anyway, there are cases, yeah, with, as GZ have shared with us, with a $500,000 drop, they're just $6, $10, 15, whatever. But anyway, yeah, just spending your time in a game you're playing on your phone and getting money for it. So that's something like a free money for you. Of course, you have spent the time, but we're trying to make it more pleasant for players, for the community. So yeah, I think the potential we have brought, is definitely the community itself, because I even know a lot of cases when people were downloading the Telegram just to play the hamster game itself. So, and many apps, even right now, a lot of mini apps are doing and onboarding our community in a proper way. So, more than happy to see the field growing, happy to just be a part of this road, yeah, bringing the adoption to the Web3 world. Of course, this is only the beginning. We have a lot to do, but anyway, so it's good to see the start.
Thanks, Grant. And do you think that tap to earn games can act as effective educational tools for new users to learn about blockchain technology and cryptocurrency? If so, how might they be optimized for this purpose? Perhaps adding a learning element to the game. Do you think these games would still hold the appeal?
Definitely, definitely. So I think that's the main and core status of the mini app builders. Yeah, to educate the community and to bring them in much easier than it was previously. Yeah, because with all this DeFi boom, even tons of people don't know what the layer 2 is, what is the staking, farming, whatever. Here you just tap, understand how the crypto works, how in case of Hamster, how the centralized exchanges work. So that's the goal. And without the educational block, I think that's impossible to have a solid community, because as long as you're educating people, they will be more thrilled and more focused on what you do. So that's what we're trying to bring to the world. Yeah, educated people, and especially for Bybit also. Yeah, for them to use the exchange in a more proper and a solid way.
Thanks, Grant. Yeah, Idris, would you like to share?
Yeah, basically, they are tapping to earn. When they are earning basically a coin. And for them to sell that coin, basically they have to interact in Web3, whether they're gonna swap it in the blockchain or they're gonna swap it in a crypto exchange. Just the fact that he did the KYC in a exchange or he swapped it in the blockchain, basically he did an interaction in the Web3 space, which is a very good thing. So if he is interested, he's gonna stay and he's gonna explore more opportunities and he's gonna be curious about what is Web3. And all of that happened because basically he came to play Hamster Kombat. So basically Hamster was a really useful bridge to bring more people into the Web3 space. And like a small example is my little brother. He didn't even know what is crypto. So basically some of his friends told him there's a game called Hamster. He started to play it when he got airdropped. They started asking me questions. How can I withdraw those money? How can I do this? How can I do this? And then I give him a lot of information. So now my brother watches a lot of videos about Web3, etc. So it's a very good thing. I'm happy about that.
That's actually quite cute. So do you think that it would be even more beneficial if the game itself maybe had like some additional details about what like Web3 is, what an airdrop is? Do you think these kinds of educational topics would fit into a game like that? Would that be more beneficial? Or is it still better for them to just search on Google, for example, or go to Bybit Learn?
Definitely a tutorial would be better. For example, when they get airdrop, this is the way how to withdraw your airdrop, like this way or this way or this way. Like given because most of the users are beginners in Web3 space. So giving them a tutorial on step-by-step how to use blockchain will be beneficial for everyone.
Right. Thanks, Idris. Does anyone else have anything to add before I move on?
Yeah, actually, Sabrina, I just want to add that before we mentioned that everybody wants user, so the most that the project is able to educate these users, and the value will grow, of course. So it's really important that the project itself is able to educate these users. And on top of that, I would just want to mention that around these projects, we are seeing a lot of user-generated content. So in the days of the Hamster listing, YouTube was full of videos of creators mentioning Hamster Kombat, explaining how to claim the airdrops, explaining what was the project about. So we know that, of course, the project themselves are gonna educate their users. But on top of that, when we have such a wave of users that are interested in the project, the user-generated content are also doing the work.
Right. Thanks, Mikkel. Yeah, definitely. Right. Okay. And in what other ways can the gaming industry contribute to demystifying crypto and encouraging more widespread usage among everyday consumers? Do you think it's more important to create more of such easy games rather than focusing on those AAA games, more complex kinds?
One of the kind of like one of the kind of issues with the crypto space when it comes to gaming is that I think we got off on the wrong foot. like it really was all about earning and making money, and people were treating essentially games as a job, almost a source of income. And that's I think during a bull market, it was able to mask some of the problems with that kind of philosophy in gaming. But once eventually, that's never really sustainable, especially if every user inside of the game is playing for the sake of making money and trying to extract value from the game rather than put actual money into the ecosystem. And so it like this kind of it ended up generating this stigma around Web3 gaming, that it's just a series of scams or Ponzi schemes, or a series of unfortunate kind of it's not real gaming. And I think that's something that we've been fortunate enough to actually start overturning. It's people are people are playing these games like Kazan, or playing games like Hamster Kombat, genuinely because it's a fun and actual addicting experience. It's enjoyable. Was a context for something like Kazan that hasn't been we haven't released this anywhere, but in terms of the numbers wise, like out of the users that got less than 50 caddy airdrop, but basically most of them withdrew it to Bybit or whatever exchange, and already liquidated asset. But out of the users that got like 200 or more caddy, a very large percentage of them never actually came and claimed the airdrop. Meaning these are users that actually spent money in game, had their fun, enjoyed it, and left. And there was like $200 on the table or more were on the table for them to come back and claim, and they couldn't even bother opening the app and coming back and claiming that. Meaning they genuinely just paid the money because they were having fun and enjoying it. And we're seeing some, obviously Hamster Combat has different monetization model and different users. A lot of you playing Hamster Combat with the same reasoning, with the same background of they generally just enjoy doing it. And I think as we start overturning that and we accept, people start seeing that it's like blockchain gaming can also be fun and it can also be enjoyable. You will see more people willing to accept this as a medium of mass adoption will actually start happening.
All right, and maybe what other challenges must be overcome to make crypto-based games more than a niche market and instead a standard entry point for the general public into the crypto world? So like you said, it's more about framing the games not as a tool for users to earn, but rather like from a gaming perspective, right? To make the game fun in the first place. Right. All right. Idris or Mikhail or Grant, do you guys have anything else to add on to what JZ has already mentioned?
Yeah, I mean, Sabrina, these games are kind of already the new door for Web2 users that are joining the Web3 space, because we saw the huge amount of users that joined us with the dogs listing or the Hamster Kombat listing. So actually, they're already doing a great job. I think that was really crucial, the fact that they have operated in one of the most famous social network in the world, and they are kind of driving the evolution of this social network with these tap games. So I think that they have already made an amazing work. Of course, we need to keep push, because a lot of users from Web 2 are still interested in Web 3 and are still not finding the right door to open this world. Yeah, maybe I will let Grant add something on this, because I'm really curious too, if I have to be honest.
Grant?
Yeah, I can totally agree with GZ, because as he have previously mentioned, there was, how it have been started in 2020, 2021 from the AAA games. But to reach this, just, even the naming of AAA, you have to run a pretty solid period of game dev itself. So, of course, this tap mechanic should be developed and come up to something more complex, but that's time, and still people are thrilled with it. that's a playbook of CIS based, the biggest CIS based social media long days ago, and Pavel Durov, Andrew Rogozov were leading it. They have implemented the step mechanic, and it was a huge boom in terms of the whole CIS. They have done it again with not repeated the success of never over succeeded. So that's just the beginning. And as soon as we have all this mechanics implemented, we just have to, the history is cycle. And we just have to repeat the same steps as it was, just starting from something small in terms of mechanics and gameplay, and just delivering and growing it, not so rapidly, but not too slow. Yeah, so.
All right, thanks, Grant. All right, we've covered a lot today, and now it's your chance to ask questions about this exciting tap to earn game. So let's take a look at the chat box and answer a couple of questions from the audience. First up, we have this question. What are some games that are considered a potential successor to Hamster Kombat in the tap to earn game genre? What do you guys think? Are there any games that have caught your attention recently?
I'm going to be very upfront. I think it's because Grant might be a little bit too modest to say this, but no one's going to be the next Hamster Combat. Hamster Combat is the next Hamster Combat. Like you don't. Anyone trying to do another tap to earn game is just going to be wasting their time. There's no point in trying to compete with probably the most established and best title in this space. Just like someone trying to make the next kind of Telegram Game Center is probably not going to do that well compared to what Kazan has already been building since 2022, I would say. Like for about, we already spent about 2.5 years building it. Like it's going to be quite difficult to compete against that too. So yeah, I don't think there is any potential tap to earn or tap game successor to Hamster Combat. It's just not going to happen.
Do you guys agree?
Yes, I definitely agree. For only for tap to earn, but in play to earn, in general, basically, Hamster Combat has a lot of competition. Like in tap to earn, definitely they are the best, and I don't think anyone can do the same work they did. But for the play to earn, there's a lot of games that are actually competitive and PvP, like player versus player. People look for those kind of games of player versus player because they are earning. But if you are good at the game, you will earn more, basically. And especially the fact that we are going into the bull market soon, as we can see all the signs for bull market. We're gonna see a lot of play to earn games come into the Web3 space. So I think that will be the most challenging thing for Hamster Combat, because if we see another version of Axie Infinity, like people will be having a lot of fun playing the game because it's PvP, and yeah, they're gonna earn a lot, because when it's PvP, of course, you earn the double of a game that everyone will earn, of course. So I think that's the most challenging thing that Hamster Combat will face.
Right. Someone also asked, okay, Grant, a lot of people are very excited that you're here, and they're very excited for season 2. So a lot of them are actually asking, what are some future plans for Hamster? Could you give a bit of more teasers for season 2?
More. Yeah, of course. So the core thing is, just to become a great spot, especially like Citizen have done in terms of publishing the games inside the app. So we want to develop not only in field of just being focused in one scenario where people play the hamster itself only, but also we want to bring new mechanics, new viral game mechanics into the field through these integrations. So first of all, it will be something like an app store inside the hamster, and also more integrations with already listed and succeeded projects as Kedizen, of course, and many others. So a lot of co-marketing, co-branding stuff is coming in.
And the rest have also mentioned that the competitive element. Do you see that being integrated as well?
Yes, it will be in a guild wise. So just the communities onboarding into different guilds and competing with each other, of course. The point is just having so much people and doing just its PvP is not technically real right now because of the demographic of the Telegram itself. But guild wise, of course, it will be.
All right, thanks, Grant. So I guess everyone, this teaser, I hope it's enough for you guys, and you guys can actually look forward to all of these new features coming up next. All right, and that wraps up our live stream. A huge thank you to our panelists and our special guests for your expert insights, and to everyone who joined us today with such great questions. We've explored the significant impact of Hamster Kombat's listing on Bybit, discussed its exciting future developments, and looked at how games like Kedizen, Rocky Rabbit are pushing the boundaries of this innovative genre. Of course, please note that none of this is meant to be financial advice, and the topics discussed are purely for educational purposes. Thank you once again to our panelists and to you, our audience, for tuning in to today's Hamster Kombat livestream. For more information, please visit our Bybit Learn website, and don't forget to connect with all of us on social media. We also have some exciting new projects that are coming up on Bybit, so just keep a lookout. Let us know what are some topics that you would like to hear more of, and we'll see you at our next live stream. Stay tuned to our social media platforms for more updates. Thanks again, and see you next time. Bye-bye.